to apologize. I could not bring enough M&Ms and Snickers for such a large audience. I'll keep that in mind for the next time. Uh, so, okay, we have the presentation up. So, I work at Mars. We call ourselves Martians. We are a very purpose-driven company. The world we want tomorrow is the way we do the business today. So, the the uh, we are a family-owned business. We are in the business for 100 plus years, and we take pride in our financial freedom, and which allows us to think in generations and not in quarters. Let me start with a short video introduction for Mars. Great. So what I'm going to talk about today is we had fantastic sessions on how do you leverage AI in multiple ways to make impact. I'm going to talk about how do you leverage AI to break the silos in large organizations and create a connected decision ecosystem. I'll start with strategic framework, the why of it. Second, I'll talk about how we are making connected decisions happen at Mars Wrigley. Then I'll show you one success story to make it real for you. And finally, I'll leave with some learnings that I learned along the way as enablers of success. First up, why do we need connected decisions? I want to start with a story that I used to hear back in India. It's a story of four blind men trying to touch an elephant and figuring out what it is. The first man touches the trunk and thinks it's a big snake. The second one touches the leg and thinks it's a tree stump. And the third one touches the ear and thinks it's leather sheath. And the fourth one touches end of the tail and thinks it's a furry mouse. That's a funny story, but that's how we operate in large organizations. We have created sales expert, marketing expert, finance expert, but there are very few roles in the organization which operate with an enterprise first mindset. The result is we have a lot of silos in the organization. And how does that impact to data analytics organizations? Many of you would be part of AI organizations or data analytics organizations at large organizations. The analytics organizations mostly mirror how the business is organized. If your business is organized in silos, then your analytics organizations are mostly organized in silos. And at Mars Wrigley, we were no different. All the nodes that you see on screen, we had different teams doing one team on sales analytics, one team on marketing analytics, one team on supply analytics, but we are not connecting them and passing the signal through the organization in real time. And then we had a number of problems with that. Many a times we'll be promoting M&Ms in a Walmart store, but the shelves would be empty. And one, we were losing money. Secondly, we were creating suboptimal experience for our consumers. So what we did at Wrigley very intentionally created this organization, which we call on-demand data analytics. And what we thought, why do we, as analytics organization, take the responsibility of making these connections happen? We are writing algorithms which not only focus on sales or marketing or supply, but they rather focus on exploiting the connections that happen between these entities. And the end result state we want is a connected decision ecosystem. Now, that's quite technical, quite complex, but how does that translate into consumers like you and me? So as consumers, especially I work at Mars Wrigley for rum confectionery products like M&Ms and M's and Snickers. We are celebrating multiple occasions. We are celebrating Halloween, we are celebrating Valentine's, we are celebrating Easter, so and so forth. Now, how do as a consumer, we go through different stages. We get inspired by brands. We plan for those occasions. We are shopping online or in store. Then there is a moment when we make the buy happen, and then we consume those products and engage back with the brand. Now, consumer journey that you see is a non-linear journey. I may get inspired and directly go to buy the brand. I may be engaging with a brand and then directly go to the shop. So the consumer journey that we see is quite non-linear. And how we were supporting with analytics is, or even the business is, there are multiple teams that were supporting different parts of consumer journey. Inspiration and planning is generally supported by marketing. The shopping and buying mostly is supported by sales organization. So the purpose of connected decision ecosystem was to bring all these teams together and create an integrated brand experience for our consumers. If our consumer is happy, we are driving profits, we are driving growth, and everyone is happy. Another thing that we realized when we started this journey of connected decision ecosystem, you cannot make connected decision ecosystem if you don't have a connected data foundation. We talked about in a lot of sessions about the power of AI, chat, GPT, and so forth, but you need to have right data foundation to make all of that happen. We started with integrating our internal data sources with zero party and first party data. Many organizations call that consumer data platform. Then we integrated that with a lot of second party data source, a lot of new age second party data sources that have come on the horizon. And finally, we merged that with the third party data sources. These are robust data sources which CPG retail have been using for decades. So this is quite integral, connected data foundation to our journey on connected decision ecosystem. And what picture that you see on screen is very illustrative. We have many functions that are powered by connected data foundation in our organization. So I wanted to talk about a success story that we had at end of it during our journey. I just want to have a show of hands. How many of you work with CPG or a retail industry? CPG retail? Not too many. So I'll try to keep it simple. So any large organization like Mars Wrigley, we spend millions and even billions of dollars in sales and marketing. Now, they are categorized 1, 2, 3. The first one is media. We spend a lot on media. The second one is pricing and promotion that we spend at retailers like Walmart, Tesco. The third one is consumer promo. Now, whenever there was additional dollar to be allocated, or how do we optimize billions of dollars, who does that go to? Who does the additional dollar go to? It was to the loudest voice in the room. I'm sure many of you have seen in your organizations as well. But not anymore at Mars Wrigley. What we did is we created algorithm that cuts across sales and marketing, leveraging their data, and the dollar is allocated to the team that creates the highest return on investment, highest return on that dollar. Now, a general manager or a CFO at Mars Wrigley they are using these tools, AI tools, to make that decision happen with Mars Wrigley. Now, I wanted to leave with three learnings that we have experienced across the journey. Uh, the first one is responsible AI. I'm sure you're hearing about that a lot, but that is non-negotiable, especially at Mars Wrigley when we are dealing with a lot of consumer data, a lot of privacy data, and the biases could come in. So what we did was we wrote, first of all, our AI code of conduct for our data engineering and data science community to be used. We focused on sustainable use of resources so that we leverage the storage, the compute power in a very sustainable way, and we reduce our dependency on that. The third one is test and learn mindset. Experimentation mindset is very important when you're moving towards responsible AI. How do you bring your algorithms from where they are to move towards this responsible AI phenomena quickly? And the fourth one is how do we make sure that we have LLM models, a lot of fancy models today, but how do you make sure that we are able to have transparent and explainable models, AI products? The next one is privacy, security, and ethical collection of data. We collect a lot of data, first-party data, so we make sure we are accounting for that. And my favorite one is inclusion and diversity in talent. We have large data analytics organization at Mars, and what we have made sure is we have strong female representation. We have people from different cultures, diverse backgrounds joining the talent team so that we can create fair AI models, and we obviously need a lot of governance for that. So this is the first one. The second one is if you are part of a large organization, and we need to realize that capability is more than the tools or AI algorithm that we create, right? Tools is one thing, but for all your employees and external people that you interact with, we need to make sure that we have set up the organization right way, the right accountability, the right reporting structure that not only focuses on data-driven decision making, but also decision making with an enterprise-first mindset and connected decision making. Skills and competencies, we focus on that a lot. We have about 140,000 associates, making sure that we are increasing skills and competency of people on how they use different AI algorithms. Culture is important. I'm sure many of you in large organizations have faced that, how much people use AI-driven decision making. Those behaviors, we need to inculcate in the culture. And finally, the process also is very important. Many of the decisions are made in certain processes where sales, marketing, supply, all of these people are coming together in that process to make decision. We need to understand what is the as-is process and what is the to-be process when we are bringing our AI products into the mix. I started with an elephant, so I thought I'll end with an elephant. So I talked about culture and change management. That is critical to the success. While we can create the most beautiful AI algorithms, which are highly accurate and precise, we need to make sure that we are dealing with an emotional mind at the end of it, which is the people either in your organization or the outside people that you interact with. You're going to make sure that you appeal to that emotional mind and of the people. So summarizing, let's use AI responsibly to break the silos in large organizations to create enterprise-first mindset and connected decision system. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jasjit. That was a very fascinating talk. I'm disappointed about the M&Ms, though. Next time you have to bring some with you. Sure. Do we have any questions for Jasjit on that talk and about creating that kind of connected, silo-breaking decision-making system? Any questions at all? So one of the things, and you mentioned at the end there, the idea of change management and the elephant, being the kind of emotional mind. I mean, do you have any anecdotes? Like, where have you found resistance in trying to kind of make an interconnected ecosystem? Like, where have you found the most resistance in terms of attitudinal, approaches?
I think what we found is when we talk to the leadership, I think they get it. Everybody wants AI. But when we talk about the frontline workers, people who are working in factories,
Yeah.
we were creating fantastic tools for them, but they were not using them. What they were using is their own Excels or other tools they had. It was very difficult to get that out of the system. And that's why we thought, we have to first understand the psyche or behavioral and culture so that we can make sure we uh, do the right thing for them, right? And that behavior, that perception, that change is important, and the change management is important with
Yeah,
that.
that kind of hearts and minds thing before you kind of roll out what you need to do. No, that's fascinating. Any further questions for Jasjit? We have some roving mics. Okay. Well, thank you very much for that fantastic talk. Jasjit Singh, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
This
Thank
way.
you.
Okay, great. I said that was the penultimate talk before the break, and now we have the ultimate talk before our coffee.